Well, Liam and I launched SafeText back in September 2010. We were promoting it very much through the third level colleges to try and build up our user base. And whenever we were promoting it through various events, we came across Enterprise Ireland and then subsequently came across this competition. And it seemed like a great opportunity given the fact that Liam and I were both in education, full-time education when we started this concept, and that we wanted to push ourselves to try and compete at an All-Ireland level. Liam and I had been friends for a long time. We met when we were teenagers playing music together in the National Youth Orchestra of Ireland. So we played that through about 3 or 4 years during our teenage years. And then we moved to Dublin. Liam was from Kilkenny. I was coming down from Belfast to study in Dublin. And we were at 2 different colleges, but then we ended up sharing an apartment together. So Liam then ended up coming up with this mad concept about sending a text reminder to women to remind them to take their contraceptive pill. And that it was from there that he asked me, did I want to get involved? And we started working on it from about September 2009. So it was a really, I think from having a friendship already through music, it was great to be able to continue that on into a business opportunity. So the idea behind SafeText was that we wanted to set up a text message reminders service for women taking the contraceptive pill and essentially improve the adherence to the medication. And the key aspects that we wanted to try and improve is reduce the need for emergency contraception and decrease the number of unintended pregnancies that were happening in Ireland every year. So obviously this was such a relevant subject for the student body. We promoted a lot through the college welfare, student union bodies here in Ireland, and it was very much tied in very nicely with what they were already promoting as part of their sexual health campaign. So the idea was that essentially that we want to improve the adherence and that we were going to go on and improve adherence to other forms of medication. I think for companies, it probably does help to have a prototype, just because it's a lot simpler to show something than actually try and explain what a lot of people did was explain a concept, and that can be fine and show kind of wireframes and mock-ups, but I think it always does help to have even a basic prototype for a competition like this. The business plan is difficult to fill in, there's no doubt about it. We got a lot of help from different people who helped us with the finances, people who helped us with the kind of marketing strategy. I suppose from my point of view, I was studying a business degree at the time, so I had some concept of entrepreneurship and filling out a business plan. Liam, with his engineering background, focused very much on the product development side of things. So the two of us actually were able to contribute a lot to the business plan, both on the business end and how the actual product would function. The key tip I would have for people entering is just to work really, really hard on it. There's no substitute for hard work, and something like a business plan is, people describe it as an organic document, something that grows over time, concepts change and things develop. The key thing with it is to be able to test certain aspects of it, hopefully as cheaply as possible as well, whether that's building a prototype, getting some user feedback, and then that'll all help with developing the business plan. In terms of the presentation as well, I also recommend that people actually think about, not just about what questions they think they're going to be asked, because a lot of what we find is that people not only drill into the actual value of the product that you're trying to propose to them, but also how you're actually going to make money from it. And that's almost something that's quite lost in a business competition, is how you're actually going to make money at it. And that was a very key aspect of the competition that we found. I think we gained a lot from entering the competition. The key aspect was that it was such a great learning process to be able to stand in front of people and to be able to be pushed and be challenged on your business concept is a great way to learn and a great way to feel like you're getting better at essentially developing this business. Certainly from the judges' point of view, they pushed us on a lot of things and said, have you thought about this, have you thought about that? And I actually really prefer that to someone who sits back and says, this is a great idea and you're going to make millions. And also just generally in terms of being with the other competitors, there was some great students at it, and I certainly learned an awful lot from them as well, to be able to see what they were up to and see how they were going through the process as well. So it was a great opportunity, and I'd certainly recommend it to anyone. I think the low point, I suppose, would have had to have been that we came runners-up in the competition. We would have loved to have won, but again, people who were competing in the competition were fantastic, and there was some great business ideas. I think the high point was that we were really, really happy with our presentation. We worked very, very hard on it, and it was great to get positive feedback on it. And certainly, I think generally the learning experience and what we gained from it was different perspectives. Well, SafeText was a real company that we had set up back in September 2009. We spent about a year actually researching the product and looking at a couple of different ways that we could launch it. And we ended up spending the summer of 2010 developing the product and launching it in September 2010, primarily through the third level colleges. So it was, from that point of view, it was a great experience to be able to set up a company and be able to learn the whole ins and outs of running a company and various aspects like that. Beyond this, I would love to continue to set up companies, and it's something I really enjoy, having the freedom to be able to create something from nothing and develop it into the products that we have already shown with SafeText. And we're now currently based in the National Digital Research Centre here in Dublin. We're now working on a couple of different projects, so I'm hoping it's going to continue for a while longer anyway. I think this competition is extremely important, and I think there should be more initiatives like this to be able to promote entrepreneurship amongst the student population here in Ireland. I think with the current job market as it is, with jobs few and far between, initiatives like this, which promote the idea of entrepreneurship and give support to people, is extremely valuable during this particular climate. And I think it should be encouraged. It should be expanded, and there should be more initiatives like it. Well, I think that setting up SafeText was a great first step in being able to see how to run a business and to expand a product and develop a business plan, aspects like that. It's certainly something I want to continue to be involved in. We're already working on a couple of other projects as well, and it's something that I would hope that we're able to stay involved in startups and set up new companies for years to come, and that's certainly my focus, and I hopefully don't have to go and work for anyone else again.